All right, viewers, welcome to the Bronco Country Roundup. This is a special edition. I'm Evan Sanford, and with me today is Chris Van Sickle and Carter Swift.
Oh yeah,
Taylor Davis. No, Carter Davis. Oh,
this
geez.
bit sucks.
I look at Taylor Swift and I look at Karter, and I just can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Where the hell is my NFL tight end boyfriend?
Well, we can all agree that Carter is a beautiful, beautiful man with a beautiful, beautiful voice. And today is Carter's version. So we're going to, real quick, just at the top of the podcast, we are going to announce our winner of the San Diego State tickets.
They're all in there.
That is going to be at the very end of the podcast. We've got all the names in the hat. Chris is going to draw a name. The podcast will be posted tomorrow. And then Chris, do you have a plan for what time you're going to reach out to the winner?
I'll probably reach out to them pretty much immediately after the podcast is posted.
Okay, excellent. Expect to hear tomorrow, I guess.
I'll be in contact with them.
All right. At some point. But that'll be at the very end. So stick around. But there's a good chance if you haven't heard from Chris, then you didn't win. All right. So Carter, we got to recap the UNLV game yesterday, and we missed you. We missed you so much. I just could feel the king of petty thoughts wanted to I could just feel it. Feel the energy.
Yeah, I bet. I'm the life of this podcast for sure.
Absolutely. So why don't you start off, give us your game balls, and then let's just get into it.
For sure, yeah. So I was probably going to go with the good, bad, ugly thing that we've done before, but I'm going to mix the game balls into it. So starting out with the good game ball, it's going to go, for me, it's going to go to Matt Lauder. I think he, like Coach Danielson likes to say, played his tail off. A lot of tails are being played off on this team lately, but I think Matt Lauder had a great game. Not a lot in the stat sheet. 4 receptions, 38 yards, had that great touchdown in the back of the end zone. But I mean, with how UNLV was stacking the box, 8-9 people, I mean, he was blocking all day long. He was doing great things. So I think he was just an unsung hero of that offense. I could have gone Maddox Madsen with his throwing and his running. I could have gone Ashton Genty because everybody loves Genty, but I really think Lauder made his presence more well known to the people on the field than the people watching the game. But I think he was a huge integral part to that win. So that's my one half of the good. Second half, I think, is going to go to Alexander Tubner. The guy finished with 14 total tackles, a sack, first career sack, by the way. Guy's a senior on this team, first career sack. So Chenander's cooking up sacks for everybody. 2 tackles for loss and 8 solo tackles. I mean, people can bag on him about his coverage skills. I've probably done it in the past, but I mean, this guy, yeah, and it's tough not to. But
I mean, he got burnt for a long TD in the UNLV game.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So I get it, but I mean, this guy was just all over the field. And honestly, the defense is worse without him. Even if a safety can't cover, he's good out there. So again, this could have gone, I mean, to Andrew Simpson with that great pick that set us up for the touchdown that I believe Matt Lauder got. I mean, you could have given it to the entire D-line, putting pressure on Hajmalik-Williams, but I just think Tubner was everywhere, and that's hard to do as a safety. So that's my good. My bad. This is my bad. And if you follow my account, which is somewhat anonymous, somewhat not at this point because I'm doing this, who the hell knows anymore. If you follow that, you saw that I'm not a fan of Dirk Cutter's run scheme play calling. And I'm going to preface this where I watched his press conference today, Monday, and Mike Prater basically asked the question that I was asking all weekend in a much nicer tone. What the hell is with all the runs up the middle? Mike Prater said it a little bit better. And Dirk Cutter said that basically what these defenses are trying to do is set the edge, funnel in, and basically let the linebackers and the lower safeties make plays, which I totally get. I love hearing that he explained it, because this has been a pet peeve of mine since almost the beginning of the season, and he hasn't explained it. Has not talked about it until today. However, I still don't give a damn. If Ashton Genty is the Heisman frontrunner that you believe he is, and you have Dirk Cutter, who has been coaching longer than I have been alive, this man can't scheme some sort of crossplay. Can't
Hey,
sort of,
Carter, you might need to check your mic.
oh God. Let's see.
Or is that just on my end?
You got too worked up there. It was a little broken, but I think
Yeah.
you're good now.
Okay, maybe I'll slow it down. I mean, Dirk Cutter been coaching longer than I've been alive. The man can't scheme a toss play to one of the best running backs in the country. The man can't scheme a jet sweep for probably one of the greatest Broncos to ever be in this program. Like, I get the idea. Funnel, set the edge, keep it in here. But put all the wide receivers to the right. Figure it out, man. Like, it just blows my mind. We run this guy for 33 yards. I would bet my entire bank account that 30 of those 33 yards were in between the left or right tackle's legs, like just inside. It's like, I just don't get it. There is creativity to this. There is ingenuity to this. And the only two times they did go out, Genty did his thing and bounced it outside when he saw a lane. So it's just, I understand why, and people tell me why, but I'm just repeating myself. But
It
give
doesn't
the
excuse the
man it
lack
doesn't
of
excuse it.
creativity.
It doesn't excuse it. I understand why, but there isn't an excuse to at least try. If you try it once, it doesn't work. It didn't work. But there hasn't been the try, and it seems like that's just kind of leaving potential on the table. So that's my bad, is the play calling. I understand we have the highest scoring offense, or one of the highest scoring, but you can't just accept they're trying to do this, so we're just going to play into it. Figure it out, Dirk. Like, do something.
Oh yeah, this is cathartic for me.
Yeah, says the
Even gave Carter his own window here.
Yeah, says the 26-year-old arm QB telling Dirk Cutter to do something. I understand the irony of this, but I'm still saying it.
There you go.
And finally, we're gonna go to my ugly here, which has been the ugly the whole season. It's the secondary. I mean, how many rare miscommunications are we gonna have? They're so rare, but they happen every single game. Two of the biggest touchdown UNLV had was on rare miscommunications, where two guys followed a running back doing a swing out of the backfield, and a tight end is more open than an outfielder in a baseball game. And then on a deep pass, you got who's number 20 again off the top? It's
Devon Banks.
Devon Banks. I have that burned into my memory because I could see 20 chasing after the guy who caught the touchdown. I could see the back of his jersey chasing the guy. So it's like, why do these rare miscommunications keep happening? I understand Shenander says, the more we blitz, the more it leaves us open. But at a certain point, your 14 points off of 2 plays is pretty egregious. So I don't know. Like I've said, we need to accept the defense for what it is, but it's pretty damn hard to do so when more than half of UNLV's points come off of 2 plays.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's my ugly, because it is ugly. It's the ugly stepchild that we kind of have to deal with on this football team.
And honestly, like I've got the sense of pending disaster for if Boise State runs the table and makes the college football playoff on a national stage. We're going to have that defense against one of the 12 best teams in the country. Like, yes, we were able to scheme it up against Oregon, but the cat's out of the bag now. That was game 2 of the season.
Exactly.
When we ran a base vanilla against Georgia Southern and got lit up. But
yeah. Well, I mean, even against Oregon, they had 3 long touchdown passes. I'm pretty sure 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Even when it wasn't known that it was a problem, it was still a problem. So now teams are going to have a whole season worth of, okay, they don't do good on this sort of scheme. Let's scheme our entire pass offense around it. And if we don't have a historic Ashton Genty game like we do in that Oregon game, it could turn into a blowout. Now, you could say the Oregon game we should have won, which I agree with, but Ashton Genty still carried the team, and everybody else was playing, game managing ball, and it almost worked. But if people know what's coming at them, it's not going to work as well.
Yeah, and the talent's going to be a lot greater than we're not going to go up against like a Nevada in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
It's going to be like I've seen like a possible rematch scenario against Oregon. I don't think that ends well for us. I've seen like Texas. I've seen a whole host of other teams with really good offensive lines that can pick up a blitz. So if they can pick up the blitz and we're blitzing as often as we blitz, and with that secondary, it's like, okay, it's going to look a lot like 2023 UW.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, the easiest path, if you want to say the easiest that I've seen predicted, is Iowa State, Penn State mixture, where we get like the 7th seed, something along those lines, where that's wishful thinking, and Iowa State could still win the Big 12 potentially. So we would still be facing a Power 4 conference championship team. So it just doesn't.
Yeah, I've seen a matchup with Notre Dame. I'd like that matchup.
Oh, yeah, I'd like Notre Dame. But I've also seen discourse about Boise State potentially getting a bye and getting a 4 seed, being ranked ahead of the Big 12 champion. And I just want to say, like, not going to happen. Like,
yeah,
a lot of stuff is going to have to happen for that. Everything's going to have to fall into place.
Well, even if it wasn't Boise State, the committee is not going to put the group of 5 rep above the 12. They're just not. It's a committee of people with a vested interest. It's just, you're fighting for the 12. Don't get any hopes up. It's the 12 seed. That's what the group of 5 team's going to get.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that could have happened is if we beat Oregon and then we start blowing out the rest of the teams.
Yeah.
Then we could have maybe gotten that bye. But people also have to think like the 12 seed is going to come from the college football playoff rankings. The second those come out, which I think is election day next Tuesday, the second those come out, the AP poll and the coaches poll basically is irrelevant because it's the CFP poll that sets it. And the CFP poll is notorious for down-ranking group of 5 teams. So Boise State could be the only G5 team ranked at 22, 20, nowhere close to what we deserve. And that just pigeonholes us into the 12th spot. So I get people idea
on the board today.
Yeah. And so I get people like playing around with the possibility, but honestly, I think that's already gone unless BYU, Iowa State, and all those Big 12 schools just turn into a meat grinder of beating each other. And there's no other way to make a champion fit except for the group of 5 one.
Yeah. So we're playing for the 12.
Yep.
All right, Carter, you got it all out or anything more?
I don't like UNLV fans that much, just in general. I don't like their attitude. I don't like who they are. I don't know. I just don't like them at all. I'm glad we're leaving them behind. Yeah, I'm glad we're leaving them behind in the Mountain West. I hope that Barry Odom leaves and they go back to being irrelevant yappers in a sort of echo chamber. And I hope to never hear from them again. I hope they don't make the Mountain West Championship game. I hope we don't play them next year, and I wish them nothing but misery.
When you got a fan like Rebel Girl,
she's blocked me. I don't even know what she says.
Oh, the level of cognitive dissonance is just
we don't need that.
Yeah, so I used to feel that way about San Diego State fans, but now it's UNLV fans, and so I just wish them nothing but the worst. So
I've met a lot of really cool San Diego State fans, and I've met a lot of bad ones. Same goes for Fresno State, Colorado State, Utah State. I don't think I've ever met a UNLV fan, and I'm not sure that they exist. But then the ones online, they just suck.
Yep.
I assume they all just hang out at casinos all day.
Yeah, that's what I assume. They're just the ones hitting the slots, and then all of a sudden they're like, "We got to go to Allegiant, the stadium that was built for us. It's not the Raiders Stadium. We had a part of it. Now I'm gonna start getting it."
Like I would sit down and have a beer with any Mountain West fan. Well, maybe not Reno. Probably not Nevada or UNLV. Just both teams from Nevada.
Let's just burn the state of Nevada.
I'm not going to have a beer with any of those fans.
Those teams suck. I hope they see this.
Well, if Karter is the king of petty thoughts, then you're the queen over there, Evan, because we have gotten real petty on
We
this.
got a
short
whole
little
royalty
podcast.
of petty right now.
Yeah, this is rough, y'all.
Just bringing it.
I could
I'm
keep
just
going.
being honest. Yeah, I'm just being honest. Like that. They got a culture problem. Like, don't be such a crappy person. Maybe I'll want to have a beer with you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I can't. I got it out. I got the surface level out.
As
There's
long
no
as you
reason.
feel better, buddy.
All right.
My blood pressure is a little high. It's okay.
We weren't even recording. This is just you talking.
This is just me yapping. Well, this is just me in general.
Yeah. Well, viewers, type down in the comments some of your Mountain West petty thoughts. Who would you not share a beer with, beer or other choice beverage if you do not partake?
Yes.
Which that's totally fine. So, who would you not share a beer with? But now I think the moment has come. It is finally time. I cannot draw this out any longer by talking slow.
Nope.
It's time to announce the winner of the San Diego State tickets.
It is. It is. And I'm gonna zoom myself in here because I just learned how to do it. So
there we go.
There we go.
Oh, look at that centerpiece. Look at you.
So here they all are. And just to prove that I'm being honest and not trying any favorites, it's not going to be me that picks it.
Yeah.
We're going to let little baby Grayson pick it. All right, buddy. So here we go.
Let's go, Grayson.
They're all in there. Can you pick one of these? Pick just one. Okay. All right. He picked one. Here we go. It is. And let me just say, some of y'all have some pretty wild names. There goes my microphone. Grayson, thank you for doing that. You didn't think I could delay this anymore, but here I go. Bobby Hollingshead, 5533. Oh boy, you can't read that, but you'll have to take my word for it. Bobby Hollingshead, 5533. You are the winner.
Yay, Bobby.
All right. Bobby. And Bobby, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for entering. Thank you, everyone, for entering. This has been quite fun. And
it's been a lot of fun, and it's done a lot of good for the podcast, and I can't thank everybody enough for taking part in it.
And Bobby, we expect you to lose your voice on Friday night. Screaming for the Broncos. We would love any photos or whatever of you and whoever you bring with you. How many tickets did he win?
2.
You and your friend or significant other, whoever you bring. We would love pictures. So go Broncos. Enjoy the game, Bobby.
Yes. So yes, Bobby, I will be reaching out to you tomorrow.
All right.
Congrats,
well,
Bobby.
Well,
Karter,
guys,
I hope you feel more. I hope you feel better. I hope this helped you get some petty thoughts out.
Well, you know what? I kind of had these thoughts already in the past. So if anything, this just kind of brought up old feelings. So I think I might be worse off at the podcast because now I've made myself upset again.
Just get on Twitter and just start popping off. You'll be good.
That's the worst thing for me because that's that cesspool that I cannot stop. Yeah.
All right, viewers, that brings us to the end of the special edition of the Bronco Country Roundup, Karter's version. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating in our contest. And go Broncos.
Can you say go Broncos?
Go Broncos.
Yeah.